So, hello all, and welcome to this series of fan engagement motivation, where we are talking to some passionate IPL fans and trying to understand that what are the factors that motivate them to follow a specific IPL franchise very passionately season after season. So, today we have Prasanna with us, and as you can see from his yellow jersey, he's a Chennai Super Kings fan, and he has been involved in various fan activities and fan related debates during the IPL season, and he has represented Chennai Super Kings on various Insta lives and cricket related debates. So he's a well known face among the CSK fans community in the Rajasthan Royals fans forum also. So, Prasanna, first of all, welcome to this show.
Thank you, buddy.
So my first question to you is that how your journey as a CSK fan started? Was it from very first season 2008?
Wow, yeah, it's 2008, and it was like 2005. I started following cricket, and obviously, cricket in our nation, we don't need to explain what it means. And 2008, the IPL came, and I didn't know what it was. My friends were discussing, okay, there's these new teams, Chennai Super Kings, Mumbai Indians, Delhi Daredevils, and all. And I didn't know many of that. And my family, they watch cricket a lot. My grandfather watches cricket, my father watches cricket, and it's just passed on to me. So they were saying, okay, let's watch this IPL. Chennai Super Kings are playing, and I didn't know who our team members were. I didn't. I was like, okay, Chennai Super Kings is there. The team name Chennai is there, and since I was from Chennai, let's support Chennai. And then only I realized that okay, they bought players like Dhoni, Hayden, Raina, Muralidharan, Albi Markel, etc. So that's how I started to watch, and yeah, that was the start, and it just carries on and on.
Right, right. So that geographical connect, it actually motivated you to follow CSK. But what happened afterwards? So when you started following CSK, so they started IPL with a bang. So they were like a very consistent team that was performing really well season after season.
Yeah, man, it was. I never say like support a team for a player or something like that. For me, the name Chennai was there, and it was like okay, let's support this team. And I basically never went back. I never went back saying that okay, this team is better. We'll support this team. I never went back like that because I know that when you're supporting a team, you will enjoy the ups as much as you enjoy going down.
Right.
And the thing was, Chennai Super Kings. I also obviously since I'm from Chennai, we had a lot of friends who were supporting Chennai Super Kings, so we could discuss and to discuss. We talk 24/7 basically CSK whenever the IPL is on, and so that was it. I just kept following them on their journey, and obviously when the IPL season stops, it's back to supporting India. Then there is no divide like CSK and Mumbai or RCB. Everyone unites to support Team India. But when it's IPL season, I support CSK, and this goes on. 2008 was my first game at the stadium. It was the first time I went to Chennai Stadium. My dad took me, and yeah, man, that's the thing. Love at first sight. That is my love at first sight. I cannot display anything else. You go to a stadium to watch a match, and that's it. You're hooked with that. And I've been to so many games. I've been pleasured to go to so many games after that with my friends, with my family, and all. And yeah, man, it's been a roller coaster of a ride, and just can't wait to experience more and more.
Right, right. So you mentioned your stadium experience. So, but when we talk about CSK, so before even the season starts, whenever MS Dhoni and company they hold practice camps at Chepauk, so we see a record-breaking number, and fans they attend their practice sessions also. So, why do you feel that there is this kind of strong connect with CSK that we usually don't see with other franchisees?
I think it was mainly before 2015 was where we were banned, and 2016, 17, the two seasons were not there. 2018 we were back, and before 2015 CSK every season they qualify for playoffs. We had won like 4 trophies, 2 IPLs and 2 Champions League trophies. We've had some fantastic names play for us, like Dhoni, Raina, as I mentioned before, Matthew Eden, Albi Markel, even Doug Bollinger for the 2 3 years he was here, Dwayne Bravo. And since Dhoni was there from the start, and not only was he a CSK legend, he was an Indian cricket legend as well. We obviously know 2007, 2011, 2013 Champions Trophy. And since it, and Ryan also, since he was there from the first season, and by that time he was IPL's highest run scorer. So since both of them were there, and they obviously they used to talk high about Chennai, and we often see these some videos like Dhoni biking in Chennai whenever the games are not there or whenever he has some free time, and fans go up and fans mob him, and obviously that's kind of expected because how can you not see a legend like that and go up to him and not go up to him? And and we also had some good local players like Murli Vijay was there. He was outstanding in the 2010 Champions Trophy win. Even the IPL, he was instrumental. 2011 final, he scored a wonderful knock. Ravichandran Ashwin was obviously now an Indian legend as well. And so, like that, it's not just grown as a team. It's not just a random team where say, okay, we saw this match is done, let's not speak about it. It's grown as a family. And when 2018 when they came, 2015 when they were banned, we were like, I was kind of broken. I was broken inside, and I was like, what is happening? I mean, the owner made a mistake. Why is the team made to pay for it? I didn't understand it back then. Back then I was just in college. I was just trying to follow the team, and I didn't know what was happening. But 2016 17, I was still watching cricket because I'm a cricket fan first, more than the follower of a team or a player. And I didn't follow any team as such. I was just saying, okay, RPS is there, Gurzar Lines is there, Dhoni Raina there. I'm not supporting anyone, but let's just see. And then 2017 were over, and I was like, thank God, 2018 CSK is gonna come back. And the way they came back, it was such a what do you say? It was such a new kind of boost for all of us. And Dhoni actually said that let's open the practice session for the fans a bit. That you would expect, say, of just a few fans to enter the stadium and see the practice session, but the way the amount of fans turned up and saw, that itself says that how much love and affection we have for CSK, and they kind of reciprocated as well. When matches were moved out of Chennai, the management were kind enough to arrange a train from Chennai to Pune, covering all our ticket, travel, food expenses, and all. And yeah, man, that's it. It's just a one-way traffic. It's just one way route. There is no coming back.
Right, right. So whenever fans they talk about that 2018 season win or players or even MS Dhoni when he recalled those memories of that 2018 season win. So all fans, cricketers, everyone they get emotional. So why is that 2008 victory so important for every CSK player and every CSK fan?
Um, it's a combination of many things. First, it's the comeback after 2 years. Second one, it's the and in the auction we didn't pick. We picked players who were aged, but players who had experience, who we know who can do the job. And we know that there is a mega auction coming in like 2 or 3 years. So this was just a short term fix for 1 or 2 years. Let's see how this goes, and then let's build after that. We didn't like pick say long term players who are going to feature week in week out at that point of time. I didn't understand it back then, and so we picked them and we started it. And first game obviously in Mumbai, we were down and out, and then Dwayne Bravo comes in. Um, he almost wins us the game, and then Kedar Jadhav comes in on one leg and finishes the game for us. Second game, it was the home game in Chennai. I was very lucky to get a ticket. Actually, I didn't get a ticket for the game. I was just sitting in my home, and my friend calls me that morning and says, "Dude, I have a ticket. Are you coming?" I was like, "Dude, what do you mean? Are you coming? Say you are coming." Then I went there, and the atmosphere around the game, and it was absolutely mad. And after the game, we made a lot of friends there, and it was so good everyone to see them back in the yellow jersey, supporting Chennai Super Kings. and when the CSK crowd was telling CSK Dhoni Dhoni, and I was like, wow, this is the thing I was waiting for 2 years to happen. And the matches got postponed, not postponed, moved out of Chennai, unfortunately because of political reasons. And I was like thinking, well, is this what our comeback really wanted? Is this is what we supporters deserve? But the team didn't give up. They still went on to put good performances. We finished second in the table, and 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 there were many heart attack moments. That was the moment when um, everyone was saying like, okay, when Chennai Super Kings is playing a match, get a few BP tablets ready, because like almost every single game was going to the last over, last ball,
Right.
and and when and it happened then. So when that same thing happened in 2019, 2020, or even this season, I was like, yeah, I'm accustomed to this. I'm not getting a heart attack anymore. But even though you do have those moments,
Right.
and obviously the final was in Mumbai. Me and my four friends, we actually went to Mumbai. Um, we actually planned to go to Mumbai before. Actually, we booked our flight, trains, we booked our stay and everything. And we kind of hoped that Chennai would qualify for the final because we were doing well, and there was no reason for us not to believe that we were going to go to Wankhede to play the final. And so the qualifier one happened. Next day, the tickets opened. I still remember me and my friends. We sat like 5 hours to book 4 tickets because that was the amount of traffic that was going on the website. We kept refreshing, and finally, when we got the four of us went. So finally, when we booked the fourth ticket, we were like, "Thank God, we are going to Wankhede and we're going to enjoy the game." And we went there. We saw the win. It was a convincing win, and we went through the Marine Drive. We experienced everything, and yeah, man. What else can you ask for a fan? You travel all the way. You put your you. And that time I was not running. It was my father's hard-earned money, and he gave it to me. I kind of convinced him to go. So when you spend this much money and you see your team win, and you see all fans around the stadium, they kind of enjoy and reciprocate your feelings. What more can you ask?
Right, right, right. So it's absolutely amazing listening those stories and fans tell those stories. So my next question to you is that when we see CSK, so the role of captain in CSK's management is very important, as well as the coach, the kind of bonding that they have, because from CSK is the only franchise where they haven't changed their captain since the very first season. So, what do you see Dhoni's role in the franchise as a mentor and as a captain? So, even after his retirement.
It would be interesting to see what position he takes because even as a captain, he's not just a captain. He like we saw the role of the lion came come out in Hotstar, and I was watching all episodes of it. And the way the behind the scenes happened, like he controlled who we buy in the auction. He sees all the players list, and we say, okay, we'll buy this, we'll buy that. They are told the management will suggest why not him or why not him, and he will say he'll give the appropriate reasons for that. And we saw the output of what happened. We won 2018 and 2019. We just lost out by 1 run. So he he kind of controls like what happens in the players auction, he told practice session, let's allow fans. And we all know Dhoni as a captain. He never says do this, do that, do this, do that. He gives the ball or the bat to a player and says, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And he goes by instinct. He doesn't go by some stats or something like that. And I mean, we never saw someone like Deepak Char or Shane Watson or Jadeja bowl 4 overs every single game. I mean, they would bowl 4 overs, but not at regular intervals. First overs, last 2 overs, or four up top. Dhoni was like, Char is bowling well, ball is swinging, four up top. Ball is not swinging, I'll cut you 2 overs, I'll give it to some other person. When the ball takes a bit of turn and the wicket is slowing up, I'll give it to Ravindra Jadeja. When we need a bit of experience and we need a wicket, I'll bring in Shane Watson, I'll bring in Dwayne Bravo. So you don't know what to expect against him.
Right, right,
And that's the thing. So as a captain, and when you see the players around him, it gives you, and you don't need any motivation. And to be honest, as any player, you don't need any motivation to be playing under Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Do you? Exactly. When you're in his team, you know that you are going to get chances. He's not going to just throw you off or throw you under the bus. We also saw with Shane Watson. He did not get great scores, but Dhoni trust in him. He put faith in him, and he delivered in the big final. And that is what Dhoni does. He can bring the best out of certain players who aren't playing great. I mean, there's a long history of it. We can actually talk about every one of them. Ashwin is a creation of his. He came from obviously the Chennai setup. He brought it to CSK. Now he's the big Indian cricketer, as we all know. Murli Vijay, he came into India team via CSK. Ashish Nehra, who can forget him? He bowled well in the IPL and the Champions Trophy, and he came back and he had some good performances for India, and we can go on and on. He made the likes of Sudeep Tyagi, Manpreet Dhoni, and all wear the India shirt. So that's what he does. He can, yes, we can criticize him. He has not picked some players based on their domestic. I'm not sure what he has not picked them based on, but we can say why you have not picked this person, why you have not picked this person. But sometimes he does prove us wrong. And yes, 2020 was disappointing. Yes, we ended well, but the way before that was very disappointing. I mean, our batting was clearly we were clearly not in depth after Suresh Raina had to go home for personal reasons, and we would lose like 2 or 3 wickets in the starting. And once or twice, okay, you can come back from that, but not every single time you're gonna come back from that. So, and he did persist with some 2 or 3 players that didn't perform well, and he tried to give them a chance, but they kind of let him down. It's actually like it's like in a catch-22. Either those players are going to take you out of danger, or those players are going to let you down. Unfortunately, they let him down, and you saw in the end we won 3 games in a row. Probably 2 more wins, and we would have qualified. So, at the end of 2020, say by 2018 auction starting, if you would have said to me that in 3 years you will reach a final, you will win a trophy, and then you will say you might not finish in the top 4 that year, I would snap your hand off. That everyone would say that. If you're guaranteed a trophy in the next 3 years, obviously, why would you not take that?
Right.
So that's the thing, and it would be very interesting to see what position he takes. I would like to think that he would take the position of what Sachin did in Mumbai Indians camp, as well of a mentor, as a coach. I don't think he'll continue next season, to be honest, because I'm not so confident that his batting prowess is still there. Yes, he did score some runs against KKR, but I don't think his batting is still there overall. And last year we saw 2018, 2019, we saw him play because he was still with the Indian team and he still had some cricket in him. But well, like 2020 and 2021, when you don't have any cricket with you, it's hard to come back and just start hitting from ball one. It's very, very tough. The reason why Pollard, even after this much years of experience, is still hitting them long balls is because he still plays T20 leagues all over the world. He plays the CPL, he plays the BBL, he plays all sort of leagues. So that's why he's still in touch with cricket. And even Raina as well, both of them have retired on the same day. So it's going to be pretty hard not to see him. Obviously, he has created CSK and he has made CSK the way it is now. And hopefully, the next captain will carry on his legacy.
Right, right. So you talked about bringing out the best from each player who's available in the squad, and when we see this attribute of MS Dhoni and CSK. So we also need to talk about the number of all-rounders CSK have in the playing 11 season after season, because we don't find so many bowling options in any other team. So even from the very beginning, they used to have LB Mopal, Jacob Oram in the initial seasons. Now also, if we see, we have Sam Curran, Moeen Ali, Ravindra Jadeja, plus those regular 4 bowlers. So how important is it having so many bowling options for a captain, and this kind of strategy which is very different from other franchises?
So I think it's a situation of you have a set plan, but in case that plan doesn't work out and your bowlers get tongued for runs, you can rely on these players to bowl. So I think that's more of the situation that is. And obviously, you cannot pick more than four foreigners. And in those foreigners, maybe two of them will definitely be a batsman, one of them would be a spinner. So you're left with like one or two bowling options. So if you're going to get 4 overs from them, you have to manage three other bowlers who are Indians for 4 overs from them. And I feel that is important. And even the other players who can step in. Um, Even I feel that even if you can get like say 2 overs or even 1 over from them, if they're able to get the job done, it makes the people who are bowling at the back end their job pretty easier. Um, and as I said before, and that is the set A or set B, but it's always nice to have a few options around so that whatever he feels like, okay, I'll probably throw 1 over of him or I'll probably continue him. And start will be the same, obviously, Deepak Chahar and Sam Curran because they are the swing bowlers. And then however the game goes on, he will continue it. When the opening bowler is able to take up a few wicket, take say 2 or 3 wickets, then you can bring in the likes of Jadeja, who can strangle the opposition in a space of few overs. We all know Jadeja, he doesn't give you any room. He bowls wicket to wicket. He might not turn the ball much, but he doesn't give you any room to play your shots. So that's the advantage of having a Jadeja like that. So he can strangle the flow, and then the bowlers at the end can do the job. And when you have so many options, you can throw various options at the opposition players. They will sort of be like, okay, they are throwing new bowler after new bowler. We don't know what to expect. So that's the thing. You have to keep on throwing surprises at the batsman. You should not do what the opposition are expecting you to do.
Right, right,
So
right,
that's where I think the kind of the sort of an idea lies of
right,
having so many options and throwing them on whenever needed.
right, right. So let's talk about a different aspect of CSK, which is also very unique. So the way they connect with their local fans through their content, social media content, or that is there in their local language, or their theme song, which is there, which kind of mixes the music from the Tamil BGM, so that Tamil movie industry, and also the kind of star local players that they used to have in the initial seasons, and now they are picking those players from the local domestic Tamil Nadu Premier League and all. So how important is this connect with the local fan base so that the fan base remains loyal even after Dhoni leaves?
I mean, so being a franchisee or being a team, you have to have faith in your local players because they have done the hard yards and they are more recent and they are fresh talent. They know when they are put on the field, they will give the 100%. Yes, they might fail 1 or 2 times. Yes, they will go for runs. Yes, they will not score runs, but you know that there is a talent there, and you have to keep persisting with it. Like we saw with Ruturaj Gaikwad, starting he didn't have a good 2 or 3 games, but Dhoni persisted with him. You are at best batsman, and we saw how he scored afterwards. He got like 2 or 3 50s in a row, and that is what you need. You have to keep patience. You need to have patience with some players, and the local players. Uddha is not local, obviously. He's from Maharashtra, but the players like Vijay, Ashwin, and we had even Palni Amanath in the first season, and then it is important. It's not having the Chennai Super Kings team and not having a Chennai player or Tamil Nadu player in the squad or even in the 11 doesn't make sense. Sometimes when I see Tamil Nadu players perform elsewhere and they perform well, sometimes it's like, did we miss out on him or what? Because we see some players like Dinesh Karthik. He could have been with us in the first auction itself. And he also told that he was expecting a call from CSK, but he never got it. And Dinesh Karthik, even now, he is putting out some good performances in the IPL as well. We saw how good he can be at finishing. So I think the local connect is very important because it's from here that the fans start. Because Chennai Super Kings, the main fan base will be from Chennai. As for Delhi, will be Delhi, Bangalore, Punjab from Punjab, and so on and so forth. So the main fan base is here. The way you extend your fan base beyond that is by a particular star or a player, because Mumbai Indians, their global fan base is because of Sachin. Chennai Super Kings because of Dhoni. RCB because of Virat Kohli. They have these big star names, and to so that their fan base is even there globally. But their local fan base will, I think, will always remain intact. I was a Chennai Super Kings fan. I can't say before Dhoni, because Dhoni was from the start. But I will be still seeing every single game after he's not playing for CSK, because I didn't support because of him. It just happened that he's there and he's created everything that's happened. So local connect is very important if you want to connect with the fans. And you do see these social media posts, they often take a dig at maybe take a dig at someone, not in an abusive manner. It's just some light banter. Some of our fans, they are confused with banter and abuse.
Right.
I think we're not at that stage yet. So I think some of them do need a bit of an education, should I say. I don't want to sound rude, but yeah. So coming back to the local connect, you see through the social media posts how they're engaging, and how other fans, they react, and they are saying, and they connect with that. And obviously Chennai, we also have a great history with the movies. We obviously have stars like Rajnikant, Kamal Hassan, and so on and so forth. So when you have a franchise which is that, and the movie stars, it's obviously not hard to connect. You know that if you connect with them, you do get more views and likes, and etc etc.
Right, right, right. And now let's talk about couple of last things. So, how important is this yellow jersey, and especially the lion emblem that is there near the heart on the jersey?
I mean, it is very important, as you say. And in every jersey, the badge is near the heart.
Right,
In every jersey,
right,
because that should be the one you are playing for. And yes, everything else has sponsors and all of that, but in every jersey, the logo position stays constant, because that's what it is. This is not just a jersey, it's part of a skin for many people. You see some fans, they're painting themselves in yellow. They
right.
don't paint themselves without a reason, do they?
Yeah,
And this is what we ask for. Play for that jersey, give your 100%. If you lose, fair enough. We can, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. You cannot win every single game. You're only human after all. And sometimes the opposition are better than you, and we have to accept that. But when sometimes you don't give it your all and you're kind of slacking it on the field, that's when there are some fans that get frustrated, saying that, why are you not giving it all on the field? Are you actually good enough, or is it that you are good enough but you still need to take some more time to develop your skills? So this is it's not just for me, it's for every single fan out there. This jersey is just not a normal shirt for them that they use and they throw it away. A few of them, like, they don't even wash some of these jerseys. They wear it for a match day, because you cannot put this in a normal temperature. You'll only keep sweating. So jokes aside, they wear it on a match day, and then they keep it aside till the next match day comes around, or till the next fan talk comes around, and they just keep on wearing this jersey. So it's more than just a team for me. It's for like family, for it's like family for me. And I have so many fans, so many like-minded fans who I can talk to and chat to on a regular basis. um I'm also lucky to have like some good opposition fans like you, like in our fans forum, who we can talk about. Yes, there are some bits of light banter, but it's just banter at the end of the day. It's not abuse or derogatory or anything like that. And when we put on this jersey, we feel like, okay, we feel like something. We feel kind of a new energy, new sort of energy infused into us, and we feel like, okay, we are not just fans. We are a part of the 12th man of the team. We have to support them, and we feel like a player ourselves. Just that we're not in the squad, but we're in the stand supporting them, or we're at home watching when it's times like these. So long may this continue. And yes, I genuinely think we are going to have a bit of a balanced spell, because you're not going to enjoy success every single time. You have to experience the downs. But whatever happens, I will be supporting this team come what may. Even if we had finished eighth all these years, I would have still supported the team. It just ends up that we have won the title trophies more, so our fan base has grown more and more.
Right, right. That's really true. That's really true. So the number of trophies are directly proportional to the number of fans that a franchise has. So I think that's how the Indian Premier League works. So fans are mainly performance driven. So okay. So coming to the last question. So so the way this pandemic has progressed, so fans are not being able to go to the stadium, and especially being a Chennai Super Kings fan, and they call Chepauk their den because they are like unbeatable there. So as a fan, how badly are you missing the stadium atmosphere and seeing your favorite Chennai Super Kings players on that Chepauk ground? And on the other hand, so if you talk about this virtual world, so do you feel more connected with the franchise now in the virtual world because of various fan engagement activities?
It's pluses in both of them, because when you are there, when you are in Chennai, obviously I'm in US now, so I cannot go there unless I plan a holiday to India. But when I have been there, when I go to the stadium, when I'm able to get a ticket to go to the stadium, it's just something else that's out of this world. And you cannot compare a match going fan to the stadium. And it's not just going to the match, and it's a travel journey. You travel to the stadium taking a train or a bus or your bike or your car, and then you're queuing up for the game, and then you get in your seat, the match ends, and going back, you're waiting for the train or bus to go back home. So the whole journey itself is kind of a very, say, it's a different feeling altogether. Nothing can match the experience of going to a stadium and watching a team perform and screaming your lungs out. Obviously, this pandemic has happened and we have been forced to sit in our homes and watch, but it is what it is. And one good thing this pandemic has done is it's made a lot of fans interact from virtually inside the comfort of the Rajasthan Royals fans forum, where you have all fans in one roof, able to talk to each other and discuss all things your IPL team. It really opens your eyes, saying, "Wow, are these so much fans there from every single other team?" And I didn't know back then. Since I'm CSK, I'm kind of focused on only CSK alone, as kind of expected. But when you talk to fans from other teams, then only you're like, wow, this is really the reach of IPL all over the place. And they are all of them are like family. Yes, your IPL team aside, but you all become like friends first, and you talk on a regular basis, saying how is this, how is that, hope you're fine, hope you're safe, and everything else. But it's allowed us to gain a lot of friends. It's allowed us gain a lot of say reach on platforms like Instagram, like you mentioned before, and YouTube when we do certain lives with the World Cricket Fans Forum. So yes, IPL is coming back, which is very good to see. But it is happening in the UAE, and I read somewhere that 50% attendance will be allowed back once you're fully vaccinated. So I've got a couple of friends in UAE asking. I asked them in a light-hearted manner, "I'm crashing at your home."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously, I won't be going, obviously, because I want to kind of risk myself traveling abroad and then getting the virus back, especially after I've been vaccinated twice. So when I plan, definitely go to India next. Hopefully, it is April May time, because I can obviously see my IPL team in action. But yeah, man, even if this continues, it's that we see the games from home and we talk to ourselves. So be it, because safety comes first more than anything, in my opinion.
Right, right, right. And I think that's a perfect message to end this episode here, where we talked about the safety aspect. So stay home, stay safe, and enjoy the cricket related discussions from the safety of your home.
and
So,
wash them hands.
yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Prasanna. Thanks for
Thank
reminding.
you. Thank you, buddy.